everyone, welcome to today's video. So in this video, we are going to show you how you can use the WRAPROWS function in order to transpose vertically oriented data and convert it into a table, something that you can use to process or analyze. So to demonstrate what we want to achieve at the end of this video, what if, let's say we have this vertically oriented or arranged data, and this data is comprised of several data sets that you will need to sort of like transfer to this table over here, and it has to be transposed. Now, you can simply do this using the copy, paste, transpose function. But imagine if you have a lot of this, or what if it's going to be dynamic, and what if there are spaces in between? So it's going to be very tedious if you are going to do this manually. So the solution is the WRAPROWS function. So the WRAPROWS function can pick up data from a range of cells and distribute them into several rows. That's why the name is WRAPROWS. Now, take note that this solution is only available in MS365, so you need to get one if you want to do this solution. So to start, we have this very simple data first, and then we want to distribute them into these four columns over here. So we will start by using the WRAPROWS function in a basic level. So we don't have any complications yet. We don't have any spaces. We don't want it dynamic. Let's just get to know WRAPROWS functions in the basic level. So the WRAPROWS function, first argument is the vector. Now, don't be scared about the name of the argument. The vector is simply the range of cells that you want to convert into several rows. So in this case, I will highlight A2 to A13. This could be also substituted with formulas that can produce range of cells. We will go to that later. Now, comma, the next argument of the WRAPROWS function is the wrap count argument. The wrap count argument tells WRAPROWS function how many items per row do you want to produce. So let's say that I put here 3 and then close parenthesis and then enter. So you see that I have 3 rows, or sorry, 3 items per row. If I change the number 3 into 5, then I will get 5 items per row. And if you have insufficient number, it will be an aid out. Okay, so of course, in this scenario, we just need to put here 4 because we are well aware that there are 4 items for each of the rows, and that should create our table perfectly. You can now use this to create pivot tables or a subtotal or whatever you want to do with this table over here. So if this already solved your problem, then congratulations, you now have the solution to your dilemma. But if you want to watch further, the next topic that I'm going to show you is how can we modify or enhance this function or formula such that what if there's dynamic range of cells? What if there are more data to come and you don't really want to keep repeating the formula? You just want it to be automated. Another problem is what if there are spaces in between? Okay, like this. I'm going to insert spaces now. So your formula will then break up. Okay, it will simply not work. So to make it complicated, but if some of the spaces are even irregular, so you can see that the WRAPROWS function will work on its own if your data is consistent and arranged in a proper way. But of course, this is not the end of the line for you. There are still solutions out there that can help you. And guess what? The problem of having dynamic range of cells, dynamic number of items, and spaces are actually solved by the same solution. And that solution is by not getting just the range of cells, but by using a formula whose job is to pick up only the cells with values. And that is the job of the function filter. So for those who are familiar with the filter function, you can skip a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes ahead of this video. For those who are not familiar with the filter function yet, let me demonstrate that to you, what it does on its own. So the filter function is another new function in MS Excel wherein you're supposed to get a range of cells, and then that range of cells will be picked up by the filter function, but you can include a certain condition which will act as a filter. For example, I only want to get if column A, the same column, is, let's say, not equal to empty cell. So filter the data of column A, and only if that cell is not empty. So the filter function will then spill over to the other cells like this, showing you that only the data, no spaces whatsoever. So this will come handy to us now that we know this, because if we just use the wrap rows function and pick up the column with spaces in it, and then for, you will see that the WRAPROWS function will pick up the blanks and turn them as 0. So this is, of course, not what we want. It obviously is not helpful. So what we're going to do is, instead of column A, we're going to get the range of cells that we will wrap rows by using the filter function. So we replaced the range of cells column A with the filter function, and we're now going to complete this by first clicking column A, because that's where the data will come from. But of course, we don't want the blank cells, so we will filter them out. So the condition will be the same one as I showed you. Column A, it should be not empty. So column A data, but only if column A is not empty. Now enter, and now you have here a version of the table without any spaces. Okay, no problem. So even if you have spaces between your data sets, even spaces between your data sets, like for example here, I'm going to insert a space between A13 and A14, and that's no problem. Our formula is still doing fine over here. It's even the same solution if, let's say, we have more data to add. So let's say I'm going to have another data here, and I'm going to just type it. Let's say that data is also inconsistent. Okay, motorbike 2, just to show you that it's a new data, then 40,000. So even if we have new data, regardless if there's a space or none, our WRAPROWS function is now picking it up correctly. And there you go. Now you have a version, an enhanced version of the WRAPROWS function, which removes spaces, okay, in the range of cells, making it dynamic and also ensuring that the blank cells will not compromise the result. There you have it. I hope you learned something new today. And if ever this video helped you, we appreciate a like and subscribe in the channel. It really helps us keep going and producing videos like this. And if ever you have any questions, feel free to use the comment section, and we'll do our best to answer and maybe even create a video for you. Just like this one. This video is actually a response to a student, one of my students, asking questions about how to do this in Excel. So for now, this is it. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.